Integrity Real Talk channel. It's good to see you guys in tonight. We got a good special message for y'all tonight. Um, this is going to be another cooker. The hurt test. The hurt test. We're going to be starting in the scripture, Genesis chapter 4. Now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have acquired a man from the Lord. Then she bore again, this time on his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of the time it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering. But he did not respect Cain of his offering. And Cain was very wroth, angry, and his countenance fell. So the Lord said unto Cain, why art thy countenance fallen? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will ye not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire for you, but you should rule over it. Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel your brother? And Cain said unto the Lord, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall not longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond ye shall be on the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground, and shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. I want to talk to y'all tonight about you guys about tonight, that is something important, is the hurt test. This is where a lot of people have a problem and struggle getting past offenses, getting past unforgiveness. See, Cain had an issue with the Lord because God did not accept his offering. He got so rejected and offended that he went and slayed his brother. Bless you, sis. Thank you. Thank you. He got so angry and wroth with God that he went and murdered his own brother. Took a stone and busted it and beat his brother in his head to death. All because of rejection. I remember back in high school, I must have probably been around 17. And me and a couple of fellas were going down the vineyard, driving down the freeway downtown. And this boy liked this girl, and they stopped up, they pulled up at the light. And the guy said, let me get your number. You know, I like you. Let me get your number. She said no. The dude pulls out a gun and shoots her right in the face, right there in broad daylight, because she told him the word no. People are so... Cain had a problem with rejection, and he ushered in the spirit of murder because he could not handle his offering being rejected. Well, what he could have done is ask his brother Abel, teach me how to give an offering unto the accept. Teach me, brother, what can I do to please our God? What is it that our God would want us to have, that he would accept my offering? Oh no, he couldn't do that. He had to kill his brother. And isn't that how we are today? We can't handle rejection. We get online, we slander, we get mad, we call people names. You ugly, you're a busty, you're a dusty, you're a brokey. We call names, because we don't like to be said rejection. We don't like nobody to tell us, I don't like you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to date you. We get rejected and go off into want to hurt somebody. This is a problem. This is an issue because, see, you should be able to handle rejection because everybody can't love you. And people come to church and they gotta pet on you and pamper you and change your diapers and put on baby wipes and put powder on you because you can't handle somebody telling you no or hurting your feelings, and somebody got to coddle you and baby and put you over their shoulder and pet and burp you. This generation is so emotionally disabled, can't handle no kind of pressure, can't handle rejection. Can't handle somebody saying no. If a woman don't want you, you can't make a woman want you if she don't want you. And it's okay. That is her right to say no. If a man don't want you, that's his right to say no. That's a lot better than playing games and going along and being fake and playing with people's emotion. And we got church folks who can't handle rejection. That's why they compromise for the world. That's why they give in and don't know how to say no. They go along to get along because we can't reject nobody. We give out participation trophies in church. Nobody sacrifices. Nobody really have to really live nothing. Say amen. Nobody really have to stop fornicating. Nobody really have to stop lying and cheating and stealing and cussing and acting like the devil's fool. Nobody really have to live nothing because we want acceptance. This new age, new gospel is accept everything from everybody because God loves everybody. Let me tell you something here. God don't love everything, because that would include Satan and his angels. If he loved everybody, he'd include them. God says 6 things I hate, 7 is an abomination unto me. When you can't get past being hurt, you start building a fortress, especially in relationships. This other person is building all these walls. You got snipers on the roof, you got your dogs in the yard, and the guardmen at the door. People can't get to your heart because you got all these things people have to fight to get to you. And isn't that something? Tell me, brothers and sisters, isn't this something? When you're in a relationship with somebody and it seems like, okay, what's wrong? Then it's this, you settle that, now it's something else. You settle that, then it's something else. They keep building more things to keep you from getting to them because of their hurt. And you got some trauma worshipers out here that every time you try to get to something gets real, they start reaching for their trauma. They start nurturing their trauma like a baby going up into an adult. They sit there and hug on their trauma, love on the trauma, lay down with the trauma, sit there and minister to the trauma. And that is it's so strange because It's weird because they almost give that trauma more relationship with the trauma than you. Leave my trauma alone. See, this is what hurt people do. Hurt folks hurt the people that really try to love them. And the ones that had done the hurt, those are the ones they be trying to win and get an affirmation from, is the one that actually hurt them. But the one that tries to love them, that's the one they take the pain out on. And so many times, more times often than not, they sabotage everything good that comes into their life. They start sabotaging relationships and friendships. They don't know how to keep nothing strong. They don't know how to keep things solid. Every time you turn around, something is wrong with them. You turn around, what's wrong with you now? They come in church like a house of fire, praising the Lord. And all it takes is a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden they got hurt, and all of a sudden, let me tell y'all something here. Let me get real. A real relationship doesn't get more real until you go through the hurt test. If the people you love don't offend you and y'all don't recover past that hurt, then it's not real. If there's not a time where y'all actually got mad at each other, got hurt, and y'all can come back and recover and y'all can come back to each other in love, that relationship is not real. If y'all can't get past a misunderstanding and grow and get fortified past misunderstandings, offense, and disagreements, your relationship is never going to mature. Little something go wrong, they want to quit, and I don't want to quit. I don't want to be married no more. He made me mad. She made me mad. I quit. I don't want to be married. I'm tired. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I don't touch me. Leave me alone. Any little thing. Because see, when you're hurt, you start snapping on people. You start hurt because you still hurt, and you come to every relationship ready to when somebody try to touch that, don't touch me, because you still hurt. The hurt test is when you can mature past the offense, when you can move past who hurt you, and you can get into some healing, start thinking different. The hurt test ain't no joke. The hurt test will get in your stuff and will show you where you need to grow. And many of us don't pass the hurt test. Many of us don't. And God will keep making you go back over. And this is why people say, I can't believe this keeps happening to me. It keeps happening because you ain't got through. You haven't graduated. You know, when you don't pass a class, you have to take it over. This is why some people, they keep going through it over and over, because you haven't grown. You ain't learned the lesson. That's why you have to keep going right back over it, taking it again. You got to take the second grade, third grade again, because you didn't learn the first 5 times. Forgive, move past, let it go. And they bring these old things into new relationships, and they wonder why they don't work. They wonder why you're going through the man's phone, checking his pockets for phone numbers, going on his social media to see if he's talking to anybody, because your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend or baby daddy or baby mama did this to you, because father wasn't around. All men are dogs because this one man cheated on you with your best friend. I don't trust women. All they want is my money because you are in fornication and you lusted after her. and she ran your pockets. We don't want to talk. When I take responsibility for what I've contributed to my own pain, that's a part of, did you know accountability is healing? When I sit there and look at myself and finally say to myself, I caused this. I created this. I did this. It wasn't because I'm black. It wasn't because I was raised in the ghetto. It wasn't because I didn't have a dad. It wasn't because I lived in a bad neighborhood. It's because I made choices that brought this reap and sow principle to my life. And every time something good tries to come into your life, you start catastrophizing or sabotaging it away to ruin it. Because you can't accept nothing that's good. Only thing you embrace is something negative, somebody cheating and lying on you. You can accept that because that to you is secretly you think that's all you deserve anyway. The hurt test means my wife should not be experiencing my exes. My wife should not be introduced to anything that hurt me in my past. And sometimes what we do is get a new person to try to get over the old one. Don't yell at me. My dad used to yell at me like that. Hurt people have a hard time. Hurt people are some of them, they end up becoming the villain. They become exactly what hurt them. They end up doing the very thing that hurt them. Back in their mind, yeah, right. The yeah, right mentality. I brought you flowers. I thought this would be nice. Yeah, right. I love you. I think, I don't want to just have sex. Let's just to know each other. Yeah, right. The yeah, right mentality. This is what hurt people do. The yeah, right mentality. Anytime something good comes in your life, yeah, right. Just these negative this instead of casting these vain imaginations down, they sit there and meditate on those things. What you buying me flowers for? What you up to? You trying to do something to me? Usually when a man buy a woman flowers, he's doing something wrong. What you cooking for me for, girl? What you put in this food? Can't accept a blessing. Can't accept somebody being genuinely kind. Somebody do something nice, you immediately start catastrophizing it. What you up to? What you trying to do? What you trying to get? You trying to do this to me? We got to learn how to. Some of us don't know. Some of us are so messed up that being loved is offensive to us. Someone really loving you is offensive to you. We talk about what we think we want until we get it, and then we find something wrong with what we asked for. We finally get what we prayed and asked God for, and then we find something wrong with it when we get it. This is what hurt people do. Hurt people can never be steady. They are always looking for something to be negative, so it gets them out of having to be vulnerable. I don't have to trust you if I don't believe in you. I don't have to really give my heart to you because I don't want to have to be vulnerable. Go on ahead and cheat on me and do what I know you're going to do. And this is the problem why we can't seem to substantiate relationships, substantiate healthy interactions with each other, because we catastrophize so much. You need to get your raggedy self to the altar, ask God to heal your heart, quit blaming people for the stuff that you chose to retain and you chose to hold on to. You can heal if you choose to want to be healed. If you want to recover, you can. If you want life to get better, it can. If you choose it for it, if you want it to. These men are dogs. I don't know. They all ain't no good. They ain't no. That's easy to say when you don't want to give, when you don't want to be vulnerable. All these females want is your money. But what do you mean all these females? But you still messing with all these females. You still out here messing with them. I don't trust them. And you right up in a woman's face. Right up in a man's face. Y'all don't like me tonight. Y'all don't like this. The hurt test means I can come in and treat people right and treat them as if they never did nothing to me. This is why a lot of folks won't grow and walk into their destiny. They get stuck. They end up running good people away from them because of their drama and their trauma. It's important. I like what the word says. It says it was good that I was afflicted. What do you do when God tells you the word no? I don't accept your praise. I don't accept your offering. What do you do when God himself says, I don't accept your worship, your praise, your prayers? You're not praying to me the way I trained you, taught you to pray. God don't accept everything. We want him to because we want to do anything. God don't accept everything. He's a holy God. Welcome, Mom. Welcome in. The hurt test. Sitting around there being ugly to people, not speaking, rolling your eyes. And you can always tell when somebody's offended because they act funny and they don't speak to you. Sit there and fold there. I ain't speaking to you. Ain't. Bless you, brother. Bless you. Speaking to you. Get disrespectful and mean. I really think it's important that we learn how to get out of offense and holding on and then getting a spirit of murder when we get something rejected. It was some things I needed to be rejected. Some things a lot of things that I wanted from God, God said no to, needed to be no to. And that's right, sister. People are offending others thinking they have a right to be offended. Love is not a right. Love is a gift. I think a lot of people miss sight of that in marriage. They start slapping expectations on each other, and then those expectations they invalidate what should be appreciated. They depreciate appreciation. You gonna forgive your mama when she didn't treat you right and called you names? You gonna forgive your dad? You gonna forgive that uncle that molested you? You gonna forgive that mother that called you stupid? You gonna forgive that pastor who hurt you? Y'all don't want to talk tonight? That brother, that sister that betrayed you? That baby daddy that cheated on you? Baby mama that cheated on you? Lied on you? Got you put in jail? You gonna forgive them? Hurt is like a poison. Hurt is like going around just being bitter, being contentious and mean and nasty. Gets you nowhere in life. And folks love to do it. That spirit of the hurt test. A lot of men act like, let me tell you something, a lot of the brothers, they get around each other. And we talk about Jezebel a lot, but let me talk about the spirit of Absalom. Absalom was the son of David. And Absalom wanted his brother killed for raping his sister Tamar. And he killed his brother. Then he wanted to take his father's throne. And then slept with his father's wives. Because he got offended. Because David wouldn't see him and talk to him. We let the little trivialest things take us to a extreme place. We let this generation is very trivial, and they're very trigger wire happy. Any little thing will make them fly off. Don't walk around hating nobody. Don't walk around with this bitterness and hate and don't want to forgive. And you still mad at somebody. The person that died and went on and they dead in the cemetery and you still mad at them. Person laying in the hospital fighting for their life, you still hate them. Bitterness is a paralyzer. It'll stop you from anything in your life. It'll kill you. It'll destroy you. Forgive all them exes you were with, because a lot of them you had no business being with them in the first place. God didn't send those people to your life in the first place. Those are people you wanted to get involved with. So we got to remember that, sisters. We got to remember that, brothers and sisters, that you got to forgive people if you want to be forgiven of your sins. And walking around with bitterness, get that stuff out. Talk to somebody, get blessed. Don't walk around with all that poison in your heart, because you're not here to hurt nobody but yourself. And it's hard for somebody to want to love you. And let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. This is very important. I'm not going to let somebody kill me trying to prove to them that I love them. Let me say it again. I'm not going to let nobody kill me trying to prove to them that I love them. My life matters. My spirit matters too. Got me going through an obstacle course of drama and problems because you want me to prove to you that I'm a decent man or a decent person. Because you're so insecure and hurt that you can't get over nothing. You don't want to get past nothing. You don't want to heal. And people who don't want to heal are looking for a war. That's why Jehu, when he went and said, Jehu, is it peace? He said, what peace? Seeing that the whoredoms of your mother Jezebel are so many. We got to keep it real, sisters and brothers, tonight. We don't want to give up nothing. We don't want to. We walk around with our mouth poked out. We smile in people's face, and we have hatred in our heart. Give me my hatred up front. Don't be fake with me. I'm glad you guys were coming on tonight. And I think it's important to keep this message in your heart. That you keep God first. Keep the love of Christ in your heart. Keep the love of Christ in your spirit. Don't be walking around bitter, mad, looking for reasons to get mad, looking for reasons to be offended, looking for reasons to stay angry, to stay upset, building indictments and cases on the people that try to love you. Nobody can love you because you won't let them. You're going to see to it that you stay mad so they don't have to love you, so you don't have to get vulnerable and let go of nothing. We love y'all. Again, I just want to say thank y'all for coming on the live. We're praying for y'all here. We're going to have some more good ones coming up. I'm going to be doing some interviews. It's going to be some cool stuff coming up. I promise. So y'all have a good night this Wednesday. God bless. Salute.